experienced programmers tend to be elitist when it comes to new people asking questions. Like I'll see comments like, dude, just Google it. It's like so easy. But the reality is, knowing how to use documentation and Googling effectively is a skill that has to be learned. The good news is that this stuff, like AutoHotkey's documentation, is literally designed to help you through all of your problems. So today, I want to give you some advice into how to start your documentation career. You can get to the AutoHotkey documentation from two places. The first one is going and right-clicking on a running AHK script, and then clicking the Help button. And that pops up the official AutoHotkey documentation as a offline thing that's given with every single AutoHotkey installation. The other way you can do it is Googling AutoHotkey help or like just AutoHotkey documentation or whatever, and it should pop up right here. And you can click on it, and the exact same thing that you'll get on Windows will also pop up here. They're both equivalent, so use whatever one you're more comfortable with. Today I'll just use the website, although honestly I like to use the offline one as well very frequently. Now that you're here, I'll give you a quick overview of how this works. So the first thing is on the left, you'll see a sidebar of all the various different articles that are on this page. If you're really new to AutoHotkey, I've actually recommended the tutorial a whole bunch of times to people. And this is like a from zero AutoHotkey basics tutorial that is on the website. Like, let's say you're on this page though, and you don't know what message box does and you want to find out more. Well, you can actually click on the command and it will pop up the associated command help page in the documentation manual. Every single command has an associated page with it, so you can learn what the command does. So let me go ahead and zoom in a little bit so you can see everything. So at the top in this yellow box is by far the most important of every single one of these command pages, and this tells you how the command works. So we can see message box is the command, and then the second parameter is text. There's also an optional other format for the command. If you ever see these brackets, that means all of these other parameters are optional. So in this other universe, you can have options, title, and then text, and then timeout. If you want to find out more about what these do, you can scroll down to the parameter section. It will give you a very detailed explanation about what all of these commands do. And usually after the basic explanation, it will go into even more detail about everything it can do. It will give you some examples that try to emulate real code. This is successful to varying degrees, but at least you will see a plausible, real use of that command is the hope. You can also find out more about AutoHotkey in general. So one of my favorite pages is the hotkeys page. This page gives you an extremely detailed view about everything that hotkeys do in AutoHotkey, every single way you can modify it, what all these extra parameters do. So like this is a great page to know about. This is another reason why documentation is so good, because if you tried to look up every single little thing individually, you might go to a whole bunch of different places and they'll all teach you a different thing, but the documentation has it all in one place. So you can not only find the thing you're looking for, but you can also find things adjacent to it. So this search field is really important. Every time you're looking at a new script or there's something you don't know about, it's a really good habit to get into to just like search up that command and find out what it does. So for example, the random command. Let's say I didn't know how that worked. I can just search up the command, it comes right up, and it'll tell me exactly what it does. It'll explain all the parameters, and then I can figure out command by command what some program is doing. What's so awesome about all this is that you don't have to memorize every little thing about AutoHotkey, this applies to every programming language as well. With documentation, every time you have an idea, you can go reference and find out how to implement that idea in the documentation. You don't have to keep it all in your head. So just knowing, hey, I want to make a random number, well, I search up the random function in AutoHotkey and I just find out how to do it from there. AutoHotkey as a language has been around for almost 20 years, and there is a very good chance that somebody else has already done what you want to do. For example, when I was working on my cursive writing in AutoHotkey video, a missing piece I had was how to send Unicode characters with AutoHotkey. So I just Googled sending Unicode in AutoHotkey and I looked through all of these different things. And eventually I found something on this page where somebody had done a function up for me. But, I was reading through it and I didn't really understand it. I didn't know what this CHR function did. So I went back to the documentation, I searched up CHR, and it tells me what it did. And using that, I was able to work backwards through that sending Unicode function to learn how it worked. Once you spend that extra effort to learn how a certain thing works, you can go back and edit it and suit it to your needs. While somebody might have a part of what you need, they usually won't have the exact thing that you need. Having the understanding to go back through and looking through things in multiple places is how you piece things all together and conglomerate it into this weird little script that you can call your own. So yeah, I hope that helps. I didn't really go through any code today, but using documentation is such a critical part of my workflow, and I wanted to make sure that all of you guys knew about it too. If you like this video and you want to see more automation scripts and tutorials, check out my other videos. See ya.